hey, good news, I got the racer running. All that happened was it somehow lost its prime, and cranking over the engine would not prime it. So I took my handy dandy torch. I blew some propane into the carburetor. It fired up just enough to prime the carburetor, and as you can see, it's now running. I went to drive this a few weeks ago and it would not stay running. I'm thinking the fuel pump could still be gone on this. Last time when I had it running, it was running okay. I didn't drive it or nothing, but then it just stalled out. So I'm thinking that fuel pump is most likely shit the bed. So I'm not going to drive it right now. I got a flat tire. That one there is constantly going flat. I'm actually tempted to take the front tires off the John Deere and put them on here, at least one with this one right here, and I'll pretty much have slicks on the front of this, because the John Deere one tire is completely bald, and this one here has a completely bald and one that's reasonably good. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. It won't really help with grip in the front end. It's more going to help with sliding and for drifting, because this thing does drift, as everybody knows. It's really super fast in the snow, and it does extremely well in the snow. So all I did was, I'm pretty sure, like I said, I had a fuel pump problem. I just took this like this, just like that, sprayed some in the actual carburetor, and it fired right up. I did that while I was cranking. It sucked the propane right in, and the engine fired right up. So that's clearly what the issue was. It lost its prime somehow, or it does have a fuel pump on its way out. I'm guessing that's what the issue is. That's probably the original fuel pump. I never changed it, and this engine is fairly old. I'm also going to do a modification I saw Musty One do on one of these engines. There's an adjustment screw somewhere down here on the actual carburetor. You can adjust the linkage and the governor and get more throttle out of this. This engine does still have the governor. I don't plan on removing the governor anytime soon on this particular engine. So if I can get some more revs out of it, so as you guys saw when I was going to rev it up there, it has a lot of movement before it actually starts revving the engine, and that's the actual movement on the pedal as well. So I am definitely going to be doing that. I can also adjust the actual throttle cable right down here a little bit as well. The bottom one's the throttle, the top one's the choke. And the way that this is set up, because it's actually, just about everything on here is backwards. That's why you to pull out is choke off, push in is choke on. It's just backwards from what it would normally have to be on a regular tractor. But as you saw, I did get it running. I was hoping for more of a diagnose on this and try and figure out what was actually wrong with it. But it's quite simple. It's going now. I might put some air in that tire and go take it for a quick spin and see if it dies or not. But we'll see on that. It's getting kind of cold out here. It's not really too late. Actually, it technically is late, but it doesn't really look like it. Daylight savings time. You gotta love it. I just wish they would just leave it the way it is. So we have more daylight longer. So, racing mower running yet again. I'm happy. But most likely it is a bad fuel pump, which is an easy fix. I got an electric one I could put on here, or I could put another vacuum one on here. It really doesn't matter. I don't think that vacuum pump has enough PSI when it is running, because it does starve for fuel at high idle. That's why whenever I'm running it, I gotta slow down when I don't really want to slow down, and basically because I'm losing fuel. The carburetor is modified a bit, but I'm thinking about putting a Mikuni, I believe they are, carburetor on this as well, modifying it to fit something like that, and doing a full-out modification on the carburetor. Maybe someday. They're not that expensive. It's just a matter of doing some research and seeing if that will see if that will bolt up to my stock intake. And if I do something like that, I'm also going to polish the intake on the inside, take off all the rough edges, and make it a nice shot of air straight into the engine. So anyways, racer's running yet again, and that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to you later. Please keep redneck like always, and please cramp on it.